What's good, fam? Agent O here with another action figure review, and today I have the SH Figuarts Chun Li. This is number 2 in the series. It's just like the number 1 with Ryu. Got the art on the sides, blah blah blah. Got the cool fight stats and little info on Chun Li and who she is and what she does. But yeah, let's get it in and let's get this review on. And here's Chun Li. Right away, just with messing with this figure when I was taking pictures and stuff, I came to the quick realization that this is my favorite Street Fighter figure so far out of this line. I mean, I know there's only 2 figures in the line, but I actually like this Chun Li better than I like the Ryu figure, and the Ryu figure is pretty solid. I dig this overall look of Chun Li. I'm just jumping right in. The fact that the fact that they went with a more anime-ish or cartoonish look as opposed to trying to make it look like the video game Street Fighter figures, like how Storm Collectibles is doing. They're more close to how the characters look in the game. I like this look. I like the cartoonish look. I mean, look at her face. I hate to talk about makeup because I'm not like some kind of makeup guru or some shit. I don't know really jack about makeup, but they got this off like nicely. I can't really think of which style artwork this look of Chun Li is based on, but I really dig what they pulled off. I like the paint apps on this figure. This figure is painted a lot more than the Ryu figure was. Just a really nice, dark, vibrant, deep blue, navy blue. The gold, the metallic gold paint accents on her Chinese top look. I mean, they really jump out at you, and it just looks really good. Her buns. I mean, that came out really wrong. Look at her buns. I really like how everything looks. Everything really comes together on this figure. Even the face, like this is the standard where the face pops off in the front, but it's all put together and engineered quite nicely. My eye isn't drawn to where the cutoff is, which is like up at the top here. It just kind of all works. I don't have any complaints. The folds on her, the poofy folds on her clothes, and how those come off, and just when you're posing and how they don't get in the way. Everything about this works. I like how usually they draw Chun Li with like really thick thunder thighs. I mean, this is no different, but her thighs actually don't. They look like somebody who engages in a lot of exercise, like a lot of weightlifting, but they're not humongous to the point where it just looks unnatural. And I think it's, I always forget who's doing the artwork. I think it's Akiman is doing the artwork on Super Street Fighter 4, and Super Street Fighter 5, and I think the legs are like kind of too big for that character in those games. Even in like the Street Fighter 3, she has some really big legs, but I think they were like way bigger. They got like even bigger in 4, and it just didn't look. It looked unnatural and just looked weird. And I get it. I like thick women too. Believe you me, I like women that have some meat on their bones, but that was like a bit too much in the game. But this is just right. The proportions on this Chun Li are just right. She doesn't have man hands like when you see the rest of her hands that she comes with. They all look really good, and they're not overly huge. The silver on her spikes, very very nice metallic. I'm not sure if it's vac metal or not, but it looks really good. I mean, I feel like they the Ryu figure was the prototype, and now they kind of know what they're doing. Because this Chun Li is on point. My only real gripe with this figure is the boots. That dirty wash that they used on that they did with Ryu, they kind of did it with the boots, and my camera might not pick it up all that well. But you can kind of see the shadow down here. It kind of makes her boots look more dirty than they should. I kind of wish it was just a skosh lighter. The shade was just a little bit lighter. But like it works on her thighs. I think maybe because of the color they chose. I feel like I'm lifting up her skirt like I'm being a perv. But you know, I just want to show off the subtle paint apps that they did when they did their wash over the base plastic colored paint. And I think it just looks really good. It helps accentuate the musculature in her legs without having it just jump all out at you, showing that her legs are too muscular. It's like they were trying to preserve some of her femininity with the way they colored the muscles on her legs. So just really nicely executed. All around. I feel like this is a very high-end, I mean, this is a high-end figure, but this is an example of when Figuarts, when they get it right, they really do get it right. So that being said, I have no complaints whatsoever. You know, these buns, just on the hair buns, just really came off really nice with this toy. Get in there for a closer look. My camera will focus, but just the sculpt and everything, it all came together really well. But you know, moving on, I'm gonna just move right into the articulation. Head is on a ball joint. She looks up about that much. Give me one sec. She moves. Her head looks down. And then, you know, you throw in the neck movement, and it's not as crazy as it was with Ryu, but it definitely gets the job done. Her buns are articulated. You can move them around. I don't think they come off, which that's not a bad thing. I'd rather they stay on, but you know, you can move them so that, you know, they're moving in different directions. You know, when she's doing like a spinning bird kick or something, or just out of the way for articulation purposes. Her shoulders, they're on a butterfly joint. Can't really, probably on a double ball joint. Yeah, it's a double ball joint on the inside. They give you enough clearance that even with the poofy shoulders from the clothes, this is about as high as you can raise her arms. Yeah, I mean, that's not great, but it's not bad either. But yeah, it's not great, but you can still get punches and kicks and stuff off. I kind of wish they had thrown in the gimmick that they use with the Iron Man figures, because like the arms do come out, as you can see. Just like with like previous MCU Iron Man figures that you've bought. So it does give you a little bit more clearance, but not a whole lot. Maybe if it came out a little bit more, that could have helped. She has bicep swivel, and because of the way since she has skinny arms, and the way the poofy clothes, it hides the swivel very nicely. Double jointed elbows. The spike bracelets don't get in the way at all. Even when you take off the hands, they don't fall off. They're on there pretty good. And I wish they would do this with all characters that have some kind of cuff on their forearms. Ball swivel hands, so you know, you get all the rotation and everything you need. She has a diaphragm joint, as you can see. She goes back about that far, bends down about that far at the diaphragm joint. Full rotation. hips also rotate. She also rotates at the hip. Oops. And with the legs, sorry to upskirt Chun Li, but she has the swivel system that the other. It looks a little different, but it's there. She also has thigh swivel. It's hidden on the inside. There's not a whole lot of turn, but it is there. She can also do a full 180 split. So yeah, there you go. So for those of you that want to, which is good, and that's how it should be, because she's a kicker, and if your character is a fighter and they're a kicker, they need to be able to do a 180-degree split, like if they primarily kick or they kick really high, and you'll have no problem getting all the high kicks and doing the lightning kick move and all that with this figure. Articulation wise, this figure is just really, really on point. She has ball jointed knees, and they sculpted the thigh with the gap on the inside for the back of the calf. So when you bend her leg all the way up, you get all that you get that much of a bend. Once again, I wish they would sculpt these knees, the back of the knee joint. This is looking like some shit out of Figma, and Figuarts is better than that. So I wish they would start doing that. You can her feet bend that far forward, they bend that far back, way back. She has ankle rockage, as you can see, so you can get all those nice side kicks. She's kicking with the side of her foot, and she has the toe point. So yeah, this is just a articulation wise, well executed, barring the lack of articulation in the shoulders. But she can still punch. You can still get punch poses. You just can't raise her arms up really high, or you have to raise them up. You just can't get it the way they're set up. But I'm not gonna let that take away from all the other good things that are about this figure. It's just all the other things that work with this figure kind of outweigh the lack of articulation in the shoulders. For some, that might be a deal breaker. For me, I think this works and I like it. I do have a Soda Chun Li, but it's still in the package. I never did take it out, so I'm not going to do it for this review. Once again, I do stand by Soda. Great figures, and especially for at a time when we weren't getting good Street Fighter toys. But I think this is just as good, if not better, as the Soda toys, as the Soda Chun Li. I do want to talk about her accessories. She comes with different faces. She has her yelling face. She's kicking, or punching, or just beating the crap out of somebody. Great paint apps on that as well. She also has a normal, like a neutral, calm face. The face I almost made the mistake. This is the neutral, calm face. And I thought at first Figuarts sent me the same face twice. But when you put them together, you can tell the one on the body has a sterner expression, and the one that I'm holding in my fingers is a calmer expression. You can tell by the different angles in her eyebrows, and her eyes are a little bit more angled on this face. So I didn't notice that at first. I was about to go off because I didn't feel like having to send an email to the company I got this toy from and tell them that the company flubbed up and sent me two of the same faces, and have to go through the rigmarole with that. As for her hands, she comes with a splayed open hand for, you know, when you want to do the Kikoken poses and all that, where she's throwing her fireball, or, you know, she's putting her hand flat on the ground to get ready to do a spinning bird kick. She has, now all these hands are really small, but, you know, she has this splayed open hand, and she also has, she also has a judo chop hands. You know, they're all sculpted pretty nicely. There's, you know, you can see your palms and all that good stuff. And she also comes with this effect for the lightning kick effect. It splits apart, and then you kind of put the foot in, and then you put it back together. I'll have pictures and stuff. I won't show it on camera. It's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy, but you put the part together, and these pieces of it can come off too. So if you wanna do I don't know, different stuff with it, you can, you know, those two pieces come off. But this piece as a whole, this is all two pieces or whatever. So you can't pull this off and just have her, you know, maybe doing one really hard kick. It doesn't quite work that way. But yeah, you know, and you can rearrange it however you like. I think I flipped it around. I have to flip the other two pieces back. But yeah, that's really cool. I got her to stand on one leg while having the kicking effect piece on. But if you can't do that, it does come with a stand that comes in two pieces with the base and the arm, and it just pegs in like so. It pegs in. Man, why won't it peg in? Well, anyway, it's supposed to peg in so you can use that as a balance instead of if you can't balance her on one leg with the effect piece on. So I'm gonna keep this review short because I really don't have much to say about this toy. It's just really well done. It's a really well done figure, and I'm happy it's part of my collection. I'm hoping they continue making more Street Fighter figures because I want to see the whole lineup once again. Oh, I almost forgot one last thing, because I forgot to include it in my review. But they come with this both toys came with a diorama. You know, comes in two parts. You know, you could probably use like a paper clip or something to paper clip the two ends together, and then you can stand them up, and you know, now you have a little backdrop of the stage that Chun Li's on, you know, for your figures. My table's at an angle, so these won't stand up on their own. But yeah, the Ryu came with that too, and I showed some pictures of it. I just didn't take any video footage. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's, you know, if you don't have I don't have any dioramas or anything like that, no real backdrop setup. So if you wanted to use this is pretty nice. You know, it's taken straight out of the game, out of Street Fighter V. But yeah, they come with that as a nice little added, you know, bonus thing. But so it's there if you need it. I don't really need it. I don't have any use for it at the moment. But you know, you got options, and having options is good. So I really don't have anything else to say, because I really don't have anything bad to say about this figure or anything overly critical. It's a really well done toy. And yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it. I'm just gonna end this. Leave your comments, leave your constructive criticism, leave your congratulations in the comment section below, as usual, per usual. Hit that like and subscribe button because it helps me let me know what you guys like and that you guys like the content and you want to see more of it. And that's gonna do it. Until the next review, I'm Agent O and I'm out. Peace.